Long before the hum of cities, before the written word etched itself into clay and papyrus, humanity's story unfolded amid the raw and untamed landscapes of the prehistoric world. Vast stretches of wilderness, ice, and forest stretched endlessly, punctuated only by the movement of animals and the flicker of firelight. In this primeval theatre, humans, early and anatomically modern, began a journey that would ultimately define the species. This era, known collectively as the Stone Age, was humanity's longest chapter, a time when survival was a daily challenge, innovation was a necessity, and the relationship between humans and their environment shaped the very foundations of culture and society. The Stone Age was named for the defining characteristic of the period, the creation and use of stone tools. Yet stones alone do not capture the full story. It was an era of remarkable adaptability, of gradual but profound transformation. Over millions of years, humans evolved, migrated, experimented, and innovated. They moved across continents, following game and seasons, learning to harness fire for warmth and cooking, crafting tools from flint, bone, and wood, and expressing themselves through art, ritual, and early symbols. Each innovation, each adaptation, was a response to the pressures and opportunities of their environment. From glacial tundras to river valleys, from dense forest to open plains. The Stone Age is divided into three major periods: the Paleolithic, the Mesolithic, and the Neolithic. The Paleolithic, or Old Stone Age, encompasses the earliest emergence of stone tools and the rise of Homo sapiens alongside other hominins. Here, humans were primarily hunter-gatherers, moving in small groups across vast territories, learning to survive in harsh climates, and slowly discovering ways to manipulate their environment. Their lives were governed by the rhythm of nature, by the migration of herds, the ripening of fruits, and the cycle of seasons. Following the Paleolithic, the Mesolithic, or Middle Stone Age, represents a period of transition. The last ice age receded, landscapes transformed, and humans adapted to these changing environments with ingenuity. Fishing techniques, composite tools, and small-scale semi-permanent settlements emerged as societies experimented with a more varied diet and developed more complex social structures. It was a time when humans began to refine their relationship with the land, shaping their survival strategies with greater sophistication. Finally, the Neolithic, or New Stone Age, ushered in the most dramatic shift in human history: the domestication of plants and animals, the rise of agriculture, and the creation of permanent villages. Stone tools evolved from simple implements to polished axes and adzes, capable of felling trees and shaping wood for construction. Pottery was developed for storage and cooking, and monumental structures like Stonehenge and the villages of Skara Brae testified to increasingly complex communities and social organization. The Neolithic represents humanity's first steps toward civilization, where the seeds of modern society, social hierarchy, trade, technology, and ritual were first planted. Throughout these eras, the lives of humans were deeply intertwined with the natural world. In the Paleolithic, survival depended on tracking herds of reindeer, mammoths, and bison across vast plains, harvesting nuts and berries, and mastering the use of fire for warmth, protection, and cooking. Caves offered shelter from the elements and predators, and within their walls, humans left behind some of the earliest artistic expressions: paintings of animals that roamed their world, carvings that celebrated fertility, survival, and perhaps even spirituality. These early artists and toolmakers were not simply surviving. They were experimenting with culture and identity, learning to make sense of the world through objects and images. In the Mesolithic, humans refined their tools and strategies. Small flint blades, known as microliths, were mounted onto wooden handles to create arrows, spears, and sickles, allowing for more precise hunting and gathering. Fishing and trapping became increasingly sophisticated, with people exploiting rivers, lakes, and coastal resources in ways that had not been necessary during the harsher glacial periods. Seasonal camps became more common, and some communities began to explore ways to manage wild plants and animals, laying the groundwork for domestication. This period was one of observation, adaptation, and experimentation, a bridge between nomadic existence and settled life. The Neolithic period, by contrast, was defined by permanence and transformation. Villages emerged along fertile river valleys, where people cultivated wheat, barley, and legumes, and tended herds of goats, sheep, and cattle. Homes were built from mud brick or stone, often carefully organized into streets and courtyards, indicating an early sense of urban planning. Pottery, woven textiles, and polished stone tools became central to daily life, serving both practical and symbolic purposes. Communities organized themselves for labor, trade, and ritual, constructing megalithic monuments that aligned with celestial events or served as communal centers. Here, humanity was no longer merely reacting to nature. It was actively shaping it, creating landscapes that would endure for millennia. Beyond survival and technology, the Stone Age was a period of social and cultural development. Humans communicated, shared knowledge, and participated in communal rituals. Art and symbolism, first visible in the caves of Lascaux and Altamira, and later in carved figurines and monumental structures, reflect a consciousness aware of mortality, fertility, and the mysteries of the natural world. These expressions were the earliest attempts to understand existence beyond the immediate struggle for survival, and they laid the foundations for religion, myth, and cultural identity in human societies. The Stone Age was also a story of endurance. Climate fluctuations, predators, disease, and scarce resources shaped the daily realities of early humans. Each discovery, a more effective spear, a controlled fire, a planted seed, was a triumph of human ingenuity over circumstance. The long epochs of this period highlight a remarkable continuity and persistence, the incremental progress of species learning, adapting, and evolving over millions of years. It is a reminder that civilization did not appear suddenly. It was the result of countless generations experimenting, failing, and innovating, each step building upon the last. As one contemplates the Stone Age, it is essential to consider both scale and intimacy. The scale is immense. Millions of years, continents traversed, species evolved, climates transformed. Yet within that scale, there is intimacy. The glow of fire against stone walls, the careful shaping of a flint blade, the concentration of a hunter tracking prey, or the meticulous strokes of a painter depicting a bison in motion. These moments, scattered across time and space, constitute the narrative of humanity's earliest chapters. They are evidence of the intelligence, creativity, and resilience that define the species. The story of the Stone Age is not merely about tools or settlements. It is about the human experience. It is a story of curiosity and invention, of survival and community, of art, ritual, and adaptation. It is the story of a species learning to understand itself and its place in the world. By exploring the Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and Neolithic periods in depth, one gains insight into how humans evolved not only biologically, but culturally, laying the groundwork for the complex societies that would follow from the first chipped stones of early Homo species to the monumental structures of Neolithic communities, the Stone Age encapsulates the journey of human ingenuity. It tells of humans striving against a world of unpredictability, observing patterns in nature, and discovering ways to control, manipulate, and cooperate. It is a period of profound significance, where the foundations of modern life, from agriculture and architecture to art and social organization, were first established. As the narrative of the Stone Age unfolds, the reader is invited to journey into this world, to see life through the eyes of those who walked across ice and grasslands, who carved images into stone, who tamed fire, planted seeds, and erected stones that aligned with the heavens. The story is at once epic in scope and deeply human in detail, bridging the chasm of thousands of years to reveal the creativity, intelligence, and resilience that have always defined humanity. This is the world of the Stone Age, a landscape of survival, adaptation, and innovation, where each tool, hearth, painting, and village tells a story of human determination and insight. It is within this rich tapestry that the Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and Neolithic periods will be explored in detail, revealing the profound journey of humans from wandering hunter-gatherers to settled agriculturalists, and from isolated individuals to organized societies capable of shaping their environment and destiny. The Paleolithic Age, often called the Old Stone Age, stretches across the vastest expanse of human history. It begins with the first recognizable stone tools, some 3.3 million years ago, and extends to the end of the last ice age, around 10,000 BC. This epoch is remarkable not only for its immense duration, but also for the depth of human evolution it encompasses, biologically, socially, and culturally. It was a time when early humans emerged as a species, confronted formidable challenges in harsh and ever-changing landscapes, and began to shape their world through ingenuity and observation. The Paleolithic was the crucible in which survival, creativity, and adaptation combined to forge the essence of humanity. In these earliest times, hominins such as Homo habilis and later Homo erectus relied entirely on the resources their environment provided. The first tools were simple and pragmatic. Stones struck to create sharp edges, used for cutting meat, scraping hides, and breaking bones to access marrow. These implements, rudimentary though they seem now, represent the beginning of a profound cognitive leap. Each stone chosen, each edge chipped, required foresight and dexterity, an awareness of cause and effect, and a capacity to manipulate the world in a way no other species had yet demonstrated. As the millennia unfolded, Homo erectus began mastering fire. It is difficult to overstate the significance of this innovation. Fire provided warmth in icy landscapes, protection from predators, and the ability to cook food, which in turn made nutrition more accessible and supported the development of larger brains. Around the same time, early humans began migrating from Africa into Eurasia, following animal herds and seeking climates conducive to survival. These movements laid the groundwork for global colonization and the spread of human innovation. By the Middle Paleolithic, roughly 300,000 years ago, Homo sapiens had emerged in Africa. They shared the world with other hominins, including Neanderthals in Europe and Western Asia, and Denisovans in parts of Asia. Each species adapted to its environment, yet Homo sapiens gradually demonstrated an unparalleled capacity for innovation, social organization, and symbolic thought. They hunted collectively, planned for seasonal changes, and developed strategies to exploit a wide variety of foods. Their diet was diverse and dictated by availability. Large herbivores like mammoths, bison, and reindeer were pursued with spears and coordinated group hunting techniques, while smaller game, birds, fish, and shellfish supplemented nutrition. Foraging extended beyond meat. Roots, nuts, berries, and edible plants were gathered with intimate knowledge of seasonal cycles, the ripening of fruits, and the locations of vital tubers in the wild. Shelters in the Paleolithic varied widely. In cooler climates, caves offered protection from the elements and a stable base for communities. These natural shelters became stages for the earliest artistic expression. Cave walls at sites such as Lascaux and Altamira were adorned with vivid paintings of the animals that roamed their surroundings. Bison, horses, deer, and mammoths appear in dynamic scenes, suggesting not only observation, but also imagination, ritual, and perhaps early spiritual belief. These paintings were created with remarkable skill, using mineral pigments and rudimentary brushes, and their survival across millennia offers a window into the consciousness of humans tens of thousands of years ago. Beyond painting, small carvings of animals and stylized human figures, often called Venus figurines, hint at concerns with fertility, survival, and identity. Life in the Paleolithic was largely nomadic. Groups were typically small, mobile, and cooperative, relying on shared labor for hunting and gathering. The environment dictated movement. Herds migrated, rivers shifted, and seasons determined the availability of plants. Humans followed these patterns, setting up temporary camps where food and water were abundant. These camps were more than shelters. They were centers of social interaction, teaching, and innovation. Children learned the skills of tool-making and tracking from elders, knowledge that was crucial for survival and that formed the foundation of culture. The tools themselves underwent profound evolution over this period. From crude pebble tools of the Lower Paleolithic emerged the hand axes of the Acheulean tradition, sophisticated flaked blades of the Middle Paleolithic, and finally the finely crafted tools of the Upper Paleolithic. Blades became thinner and sharper. Scrapers and burins allowed detailed work on hides and wood, and projectile points enabled more effective hunting. Microscopic wear patterns on surviving tools reveal how carefully they were used and maintained, a testament to human ingenuity and planning. Fire, too, became central not only to survival, but to culture. Beyond warmth and cooking, fire provided light for extended social interaction, a communal gathering point that likely facilitated storytelling, teaching, and the transmission of knowledge. Some researchers suggest that the use of fire may have influenced the development of language, as shared activities around the hearth required complex communication and coordination. The Upper Paleolithic also saw the emergence of more permanent social structures, even within the constraints of mobility. Evidence suggests that people began to occupy certain favored sites repeatedly, returning seasonally to exploit resources and leave behind material traces. These recurring sites hint at the development of memory, planning, and attachment to particular landscapes, laying the foundation for more settled life in the Mesolithic and eventually the Neolithic. Cultural expression during this period was multifaceted. Decorative objects, personal ornaments, and symbolic carvings indicate a human concern with identity and status. Red ochre, shells, and carved bone were used to adorn the body and objects, signaling both aesthetic sensibility and social communication. Such behaviors reflect an early human understanding of the self and others, and the capacity to imbue objects with meaning beyond immediate utility. In addition to tools and art, survival required deep ecological knowledge. Paleolithic humans understood animal behavior, plant cycles, and environmental cues. They tracked migratory patterns, anticipated seasonal shortages, and even stored food in simple caches. Some evidence suggests that groups engaged in cooperative hunting strategies that required sophisticated planning and coordination, including driving animals into natural traps or ambushes. This combination of physical skill, intelligence, and social cooperation was crucial in navigating the hazards of Ice Age landscapes. The Paleolithic was also marked by adaptation to extreme climates. The Ice Ages presented enormous challenges. Glaciers advanced and retreated, altering rivers and plains, and cold, arid conditions demanded clothing, shelter, and reliable fire use. Humans developed clothing from animal hides and furs, crafted simple footwear, and learned to construct shelters suited to both heat retention and ventilation. Their survival depended on flexibility, innovation, and resilience. In sum, the Paleolithic age was not merely a period of primitive survival. It was a dynamic epoch of human development. It witnessed the evolution of anatomically modern humans, the spread of our species across continents, and the establishment of cultural, technological, and social foundations that would endure through subsequent millennia. The Paleolithic set the stage for humanity's transformation, from wandering hunter-gatherers to increasingly complex communities capable of art, ritual, and innovation. As this age draws to a close with the retreat of the glaciers and the warming of the climate, humans began to encounter landscapes rich with opportunity. Rivers teemed with fish, forests were filled with edible plants and game, and new challenges prompted creative solutions. These conditions set the stage for the Mesolithic, where mobility and innovation merged with increasing experimentation in subsistence strategies, social organization, and environmental management. The story of the Paleolithic is ultimately a story of emergence, the emergence of Homo sapiens, of culture, and of the earliest human steps toward understanding, shaping, and transcending the world in which they lived. The Mesolithic Age, or Middle Stone Age, represents a bridge between the Paleolithic's nomadic hunter-gatherer societies and the Neolithic's settled agricultural communities. Though shorter in duration than the Paleolithic, it was a period of profound transformation, characterized by adaptation to new climates, technological innovation, and increasingly sophisticated interactions with the environment. Spanning roughly from 10,000 to 5,000 BC in Europe, though beginning earlier in some parts of the world, the Mesolithic was defined not only by survival, but by the inventive ways humans reshaped their strategies for living. The end of the last ice age brought dramatic changes to the world. Glaciers receded, sea levels rose, and forests expanded, creating landscapes filled with rivers, lakes, and marshes that were rich in resources. Human groups had to adjust to these new environments. Open plains gave way to dense woodlands. Large herds of megafauna diminished or disappeared, and smaller, faster game became more important. The adaptive genius of Mesolithic people was evident in their ability to modify hunting, gathering, and living strategies to suit these changing conditions. Mobility remained essential, but new patterns emerged. Some groups began establishing seasonal camps, returning to favored locations at predictable times, while others experimented with more permanent dwellings along rivers and coasts where resources were abundant. The development of microlithic tools marked one of the most significant technological innovations of the Mesolithic. Unlike the larger, heavier tools of the Paleolithic, microliths were small, sharp, and versatile. Often mounted on wooden handles or shafts, these tools formed composite implements such as arrows, spears, harpoons and sickles. This precision allowed humans to hunt smaller, swifter animals more effectively, to process plant materials for food, and to craft tools suited to fishing and woodworking. Flint, obsidian, and other stones were carefully selected, shaped, and maintained with remarkable skill. The creation and use of microliths demanded both manual dexterity and forward planning, reflecting an increasingly complex understanding of cause, effect, and environment. Fishing and aquatic resources became central to Mesolithic subsistence. The spread of rivers and lakes created abundant opportunities for humans to exploit fish, shellfish, and waterfowl. Simple nets, traps, hooks, and dugout canoes were developed to maximize these resources, illustrating the adaptability and ingenuity of Mesolithic communities. Alongside fishing, hunting smaller game, and gathering wild plants supplemented diets, which now reflected an increasingly varied palate. Nuts, berries, roots, and edible greens were gathered according to the seasons, demonstrating a keen awareness of ecological cycles. Humans also began experimenting with rudimentary forms of food storage, creating simple pits or containers to preserve surplus foods, which allowed groups to buffer against lean seasons. The Mesolithic was also a period of social innovation. While groups remained relatively small, their interactions became more structured. Seasonal gatherings likely brought together multiple family groups, enabling trade, intermarriage, and the exchange of knowledge and techniques. These gatherings may have fostered the first rudimentary forms of ritual or symbolic behavior beyond Paleolithic traditions. Rock carvings and painted motifs from Mesolithic sites indicate that humans were increasingly interested in representing people, social events, and relationships, not just animals or survival needs. These depictions hint at a growing self-awareness and social complexity, with art serving as a medium for communication, memory, and communal identity. Shelter construction evolved significantly during this period. While caves and rock shelters remained important in some regions, open-air dwellings became more common. Wooden frameworks, often reinforced with reeds, hides, and bark, were used to create semi-permanent huts capable of enduring seasonal weather. Hearths remained central to these structures, providing warmth, protection, and social gathering points. In some coastal regions, people constructed platforms or simple piers to aid fishing, demonstrating not only adaptation to new landscapes, but also a willingness to manipulate the environment to serve human needs. Another hallmark of the Mesolithic was innovation in subsistence strategies. Humans began to manage natural resources more actively, experimenting with controlled burning of forests to encourage the growth of edible plants and to drive game into predictable areas. Observations of animal behavior led to more effective hunting techniques and seasonal scheduling of activities. In some regions, humans began domesticating select plants and animals on a limited scale, foreshadowing the agricultural revolutions of the Neolithic. These early experiments with management and cultivation were small, localized, and experimental, but they demonstrate the remarkable foresight and adaptability of Mesolithic societies. Mesolithic art and symbolism also reflect a shift in perspective. While Paleolithic cave paintings emphasize large animals and survival, Mesolithic art increasingly depicted human figures, daily activities, and abstract forms. Carvings, figurines, and painted designs suggest interest in social identity, storytelling, and ritual behavior. Evidence from burial sites indicates emerging complexity in funerary practices. Individuals were interred with personal objects, suggesting notions of individuality, status, or belief in an afterlife. The care and attention given to these burials point to an evolving spiritual or symbolic life. In addition to technology, social and cultural structures expanded during the Mesolithic. Knowledge of tool-making, hunting strategies, plant cycles, and seasonal movements was transmitted across generations, often orally. Storytelling, songs, and ritual practices likely reinforced communal knowledge and strengthened social cohesion. Leadership structures, while fluid and egalitarian in many groups, may have emerged around specialized skill sets, such as hunting expertise, tool-making mastery, or knowledge of ecological patterns. Cooperation was essential for survival, and this necessity encouraged increasingly sophisticated social interactions. Environmental challenges continued to shape Mesolithic life. Fluctuating climates, unpredictable food sources, and seasonal migrations required vigilance and adaptability. Humans refined clothing, using layered furs and hides to maintain warmth, and developed rudimentary tools for processing animal skins into garments, shelter coverings, and mats. They also innovated in transport, creating simple rafts and dugout canoes to navigate rivers, lakes, and coastal waters. These adaptations highlight the resilience and resourcefulness of Mesolithic communities in the face of environmental uncertainty. Trade and communication networks began to expand during this period. Materials such as flint, obsidian, shells, and pigments were exchanged over considerable distances, indicating not only the value of these resources, but also the establishment of social links between groups. This network facilitated the spread of innovations, artistic styles, and subsistence techniques, allowing ideas and technology to diffuse more rapidly than ever before. In essence, the Mesolithic period represents a time when humans began to form more interconnected, cooperative societies capable of transmitting culture across generations and geographies. In the final centuries of the Mesolithic, humans increasingly interacted with the natural world in ways that foreshadowed the Neolithic agricultural revolution. Experiments in plant management, selective breeding of animals, and settlement patterns all point toward a growing understanding of human agency in shaping the environment. These developments were neither universal nor immediate, but they laid the groundwork for the transformation of human society from mobile hunter-gatherers to settled agricultural communities. The Mesolithic age, therefore, is not merely a transitional period. It is a testament to human ingenuity, adaptability, and foresight. It bridges the world of survival-driven Paleolithic existence with the emerging complexity of Neolithic life. It demonstrates how humans refine technology, social organization, and ecological knowledge to meet changing circumstances. Through inventive tools, diversified diets, strategic settlement, and symbolic expression, Mesolithic humans demonstrated both continuity with the past and preparation for the future. By the close of the Mesolithic, humans had established a foundation upon which the Neolithic revolution would build. They had learned to manipulate their surroundings with greater precision, to form communities with shared knowledge and social practices, and to envision possibilities beyond immediate survival. The story of the Mesolithic is therefore a story of creativity, resilience, and anticipation. A pivotal chapter in the long and complex saga of humanity's development. The Neolithic Age, or New Stone Age, marks one of the most transformative periods in human history. Beginning around 10,000 BC in parts of the Near East and gradually spreading across Europe, Asia, and Africa, it represents the moment when humans transitioned from mobile hunter-gatherers to settled agricultural communities. This era was defined by innovation, experimentation, and the profound reshaping of human societies. No longer entirely at the mercy of the wild, humans began to manipulate their environment deliberately, creating landscapes, tools, and social structures that would shape the future of civilization. The most defining feature of the Neolithic was agriculture. For the first time, humans cultivated the land systematically. Cereals such as wheat and barley were sown in prepared fields, and pulses like lentils and peas were grown to supplement diets. Farming required careful observation of seasons, soil conditions, and water availability. It demanded new knowledge: when to plant, how to irrigate, and which seeds to save for the next season. With agriculture came food surpluses, and with surpluses came profound social change. Communities could sustain larger populations, reduce the need for constant movement, and allow specialization of labor. Some individuals became skilled craftsmen, potters, or builders, while others focused on tending fields and herds. Animal domestication transformed human society alongside crop cultivation. Sheep, goats, cattle, and pigs were tamed and bred selectively. These animals provided not only meat but milk, hides, wool, and labor, creating a symbiotic relationship between humans and other species. Unlike the Paleolithic, where hunting large animals was unpredictable and dangerous, the Neolithic offered reliability through domestication. Herding required its own set of skills. Knowledge of breeding, seasonal grazing patterns, and animal behavior became crucial, and in some regions, herding may have preceded or accompanied early farming. Permanent settlements arose as a natural consequence of agriculture. Villages emerged along fertile river valleys, where soil was rich and water abundant. Homes were constructed from mud brick, timber, or stone, often clustered together to form small communities. Some, like Çatalhöyük in modern-day Turkey, consisted of hundreds of houses built in close proximity, their walls forming continuous terraces. Streets were narrow, interiors were furnished with storage bins, hearths, and sleeping areas, and rooftops sometimes served as walkways. These villages were centers of daily life, labor, and social interaction, and their organization hints at early forms of urban planning and governance. The development of tools continued, evolving to meet the demands of farming and settled life. Stone axes and adzes were polished to cut trees and shape wood efficiently. Grinding stones were used to process cereals into flour, and mortars and pestles became common household implements. Pottery emerged as both a practical and symbolic innovation. Vessels stored grain, water, and cooked foods, while decorative designs on pots and figurines reflected artistic expression and cultural identity. Pottery workshops may have existed in larger villages, producing functional and ceremonial items, marking a shift toward craft specialization and cultural sophistication. Monumental architecture is one of the most remarkable legacies of the Neolithic. Communities began erecting megalithic structures, stone circles, and burial chambers. Stonehenge in England, constructed around 2500 BC, is perhaps the most famous example. Its massive stones were transported from distant locations, carefully positioned, and aligned with the movements of the sun during solstices, indicating a sophisticated understanding of astronomy and engineering. The purpose of such monuments likely combined ritual, ceremonial, and social functions. Some served as burial sites, others as sites for communal gatherings, and still others as markers of cosmological observation. Similarly, Skara Brae in Scotland, a village built from stone around 3180 BC, demonstrates the intricacy of Neolithic domestic life, with interconnected homes, storage areas, and communal spaces, reflecting planning, cooperation, and the ability to adapt to the environment. Neolithic culture was rich and multifaceted. art continued to play a central role in daily and ritual life. Carvings, figurines, and wall paintings adorned homes, shrines, and communal spaces. These artworks often depicted humans, animals, and symbols related to fertility, survival, and the cycles of nature. Burials provide further insight. People were interred with grave goods, pottery, tools, and ornaments, suggesting beliefs in the afterlife and the importance of social identity. Rituals, ceremonies, and symbolic practices became more elaborate, reflecting both the stability of settled life and the complexity of human thought and organization. The shift from mobility to permanence altered social structures significantly. As villages grew, coordination became essential. Neighbors shared responsibilities for defense, food distribution, and construction. Hierarchies may have emerged, with individuals overseeing irrigation, storage, or ceremonial sites. Leadership and decision-making were likely flexible, but increasingly structured, as complex agricultural and social systems required organization. Trade networks expanded, with communities exchanging tools, pottery, livestock, and raw materials over long distances, linking disparate groups into broader cultural and economic systems. Ecological manipulation intensified during the Neolithic. Humans cleared forests to make way for fields, created irrigation channels, and domesticated both plants and animals. These interventions allowed them to exert greater control over their environment, but also required sustained labor and planning. They learned to rotate crops, manage grazing, and maintain soil fertility, laying the foundation for modern agricultural techniques. The relationship between humans and nature shifted from survival-driven adaptation to deliberate shaping and management, representing a profound change in consciousness and capability. Diet in the Neolithic was diverse and reliable, combining cultivated crops with domesticated animals and supplemented by wild resources. Cereals provided carbohydrates, pulses contributed protein, and dairy products supplied essential fats and nutrients. Meat from domesticated animals was complemented by fish, game, and forage plants, maintaining continuity with older subsistence patterns. Food storage allowed for accumulation of surplus, enabling larger populations and freeing some individuals for non-subsistence activities, including crafting, construction, and religious practice. The Neolithic also witnessed significant technological innovations beyond agriculture. Stone tools were specialized for woodworking, harvesting, and building. Polished axes facilitated forest clearance. Sickles allowed efficient grain harvesting, and grinding stones processed food into manageable forms. Pottery vessels diversified in shape and function, serving both domestic and ceremonial purposes. Some tools, such as awls and needles, enabled textile production from plant fibers and animal hides, marking the beginnings of weaving and clothing production that would further shape daily life and social identity. Communication and social interaction in Neolithic villages became increasingly sophisticated. Knowledge of farming techniques, animal husbandry, tool-making, and ritual practices was transmitted systematically within and between communities. Seasonal festivals, communal labor, and shared construction projects strengthened social bonds, facilitated cooperation, and reinforced group identity. These networks of interaction and exchange contributed to cultural cohesion and the accumulation of knowledge across generations, laying the groundwork for more complex societies in the Bronze Age. By the end of the Neolithic, human societies had achieved a level of organization, creativity, and control over their environment that Paleolithic hunter-gatherers could scarcely have imagined. Permanent villages, monumental architecture, specialized crafts, and complex social systems reflected an emerging consciousness of community, identity, and purpose. Humans were no longer merely responding to nature. They were shaping it, building structures, cultivating food, and creating enduring cultural legacies. The Neolithic also set the stage for the next great transformation, the advent of metalworking. Copper smelting and later bronze casting would provide tools and weapons far superior to stone, ushering in the Bronze Age and the next chapter of human civilization. Yet the foundations laid during the Neolithic, agriculture, permanent settlement, specialized labor, and symbolic expression, remain central to the trajectory of human development, representing the first true steps toward organized societies, cities, and civilizations. The Neolithic Age, therefore, is a story of innovation, adaptation, and imagination. It is the era in which humans first took deliberate control over their environment, developed complex social structures, and created enduring cultural expressions. It is an age of experimentation, where daily survival intertwined with symbolic thought, art, and ceremony, producing a world in which humanity could thrive, expand, and envision a future beyond the immediate demands of nature. The legacy of the Neolithic continues to shape human society, marking the period as one of the most crucial and transformative in the long arc of history. As humanity progressed through the Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and Neolithic periods, certain sites, artifacts, and individuals stand out as emblematic of the ingenuity, creativity, and resilience that define the Stone Age. These places and people not only illustrate technological advancements, but also offer glimpses into early human culture, worldview, and symbolic expression. The study of these sites reveals the depth of human imagination, social organization, and the capacity to shape both the physical and conceptual world. Among the most famous remnants of the Neolithic is Stonehenge, located on the rolling plains of southern England. Constructed in stages between approximately 3000 and 2500 BC, this monumental circle of standing stones has fascinated generations of scholars, archaeologists, and the general public. The sheer scale of the endeavor, transporting massive stones from distant quarries, shaping them with precision, and arranging them with astronomical alignment, speaks to remarkable planning, engineering skill, and social coordination. Stonehenge was not merely an architectural feat. It was a symbolic and ritual center. Its arrangement aligns with the summer and winter solstices, suggesting a sophisticated understanding of solar movements and perhaps a calendar system for agricultural cycles. Archaeologists have found burials and ritual deposits around the site, indicating its use as a ceremonial and sacred landscape. The stones themselves may have represented ancestors or deities, linking the living community to cosmological order and spiritual continuity. Stonehenge exemplifies the Neolithic capacity to combine technical skill, social organization, and symbolic thought into enduring monuments that communicated ideas across generations. While Stonehenge embodies ceremonial grandeur, Skara Brae, on the Orkney Islands of Scotland, reveals the intricacies of daily life in a Neolithic community. Dated to roughly 3180 to 2500 BC, this stone-built village is astonishingly well preserved, offering unparalleled insight into domestic architecture, social organization, and the material culture of early agricultural societies. Skara Brae's homes were constructed from stone, with walls forming interlinked clusters and interiors furnished with beds, storage boxes, and hearths. Each dwelling was designed for both functionality and comfort, reflecting careful planning and shared knowledge of building techniques. The village layout suggests social cohesion, with homes connected by narrow passageways, allowing for interaction, cooperation, and collective activity. Artifacts found at the site, pottery, bone tools, and ornaments, illustrate everyday practices from food preparation to craft production, and hint at symbolic or ritual behavior embedded within domestic life. Skara Brae demonstrates that Neolithic humans were capable of creating structured, enduring communities, balancing survival, social cohesion, and cultural expression in ways that profoundly shaped the human trajectory. At the heart of the Stone Age story is Homo sapiens, anatomically modern humans, whose evolution during the Upper Paleolithic marked a turning point in cognitive, social, and cultural development. By approximately 300,000 years ago, Homo sapiens emerged in Africa, displaying larger brains, complex social behaviors, and advanced tool-making capabilities. These early humans developed symbolic thought, expressed through art, ornaments, and ritual practices, laying the foundation for culture, language, and shared knowledge. As Homo sapiens spread across Africa, Europe, and Asia, they encountered and often coexisted with other hominins, including Neanderthals and Denisovans. While many of these other species eventually disappeared, Homo sapiens survived, adapted, and innovated, displaying remarkable versatility and creativity. They learned to craft sophisticated tools, harness fire with skill, and adapt to diverse environments, from Arctic tundra to temperate forests. Their ability to collaborate in hunting, share knowledge, and develop cultural norms facilitated survival and enabled the transmission of innovations across generations. The emergence and expansion of Homo sapiens represent the intellectual and social breakthrough that underpins all subsequent human development. Throughout the Stone Age, humans developed rich symbolic and ritualistic practices, reflecting an evolving worldview that linked life, death, and the natural environment. Paleolithic cave paintings, such as those in Lascaux and Altamira, depict animals with astonishing accuracy, revealing not only observational skill, but also imagination, reverence, and possibly spiritual or ritual meaning. These images may have functioned as forms of communication, storytelling, or ceremonial invocation, reflecting the belief that visual representation could influence hunting success or maintain social cohesion. In the Mesolithic, symbolic expression shifted toward human activity and social dynamics, with carvings, figurines, and rock art depicting communal activities, dances, and abstract forms. The focus on human figures alongside animals suggests an emerging awareness of social roles, identity, and collective memory. Funerary practices also reveal symbolic complexity. Bodies were interred with tools, ornaments, and offerings, indicating beliefs in an afterlife, social status, or ancestral veneration. The Neolithic period amplified these symbolic practices, integrating them into architecture, communal spaces, and everyday objects. Megalithic monuments, ceremonial enclosures, decorated pottery, and figurines reveal a society deeply invested in ritual, cosmology, and cultural memory. Humans increasingly sought to impose order on their world, aligning structures with celestial events, decorating objects with meaningful motifs, and organizing labor to achieve collective goals. Symbolism was not incidental. It was central to social cohesion, cultural identity, and the conceptual understanding of humans' place within the cosmos. The conclusion of the Stone Age was not abrupt, but rather a gradual transformation precipitated by the discovery and use of metals. As Neolithic societies matured, They began experimenting with naturally occurring copper, initially cold-hammered into simple implements. These early experiments led to the development of metallurgy, where copper was smelted and cast into tools and ornaments. This innovation gave rise to the Copper Age, or Chalcolithic period, a transitional phase in which stone and metal tools coexisted. Eventually, the alloying of copper with tin produced bronze, a material stronger and more durable than stone. Bronze tools, weapons, and ceremonial objects rapidly replaced their stone predecessors, ushering in the Bronze Age and marking a decisive technological, social, and cultural shift. The transition from stone to metal reshaped every aspect of human life. Agriculture, construction, and warfare were transformed by stronger tools. Trade networks expanded as metals were mined, processed, and exchanged over greater distances. And social hierarchies became more complex, as control over resources, knowledge, and technology concentrated power in the hands of some individuals or groups. The culmination of the Stone Age, therefore, is not simply the end of stone tools, but the dawn of a new era in which human ingenuity and environmental manipulation reached unprecedented heights. The Stone Age, in its entirety, is a testament to human adaptability, creativity, and resilience. From the first chipped stones of Homo habilis to the monumental villages and ceremonial structures of Neolithic farmers, it chronicles the emergence of modern humanity, the evolution of social organization, and the development of cultural and symbolic thought. Sites like Stonehenge and Skara Brae, the innovations of Homo sapiens, and the pervasive symbolism in art and ritual all reflect the enduring human drive to understand, manipulate, and commemorate the world. By the time metalworking emerged, humans had already established the foundations of civilization, demonstrating a trajectory of ingenuity, cooperation, and imagination that continues to define the species. The Stone Age, spanning over 3 million years, represents the longest and perhaps most formative period in human prehistory. Its vast expanse encompasses the emergence of the earliest hominins, the rise of Homo sapiens, and the gradual evolution of culture, technology, and social organization. Across the Paleolithic, Mesolithic, and Neolithic periods, humans transformed from nomadic foragers to settled agriculturalists, developing skills, knowledge, and symbolic systems that laid the foundations for modern civilization. The conclusion of this era, marked by the advent of metalworking, signals not an end, but a culmination of millennia of human ingenuity, adaptation, and imagination. From the earliest chipped stones to the polished axes and monumental constructions of the Neolithic, the Stone Age was defined by the interplay between humans and their environment. In the Paleolithic, survival demanded acute observation, physical skill, and social cooperation. Early humans tracked game across shifting landscapes, harvested seasonal plants, and learned to manipulate fire for warmth, protection, and nourishment. Tools were extensions of their bodies, crafted with precision to cut, scrape, and pierce, reflecting a cognitive leap that enabled humans to interact with their surroundings more effectively than any other species. Social and cultural life during this period was equally dynamic. Small, mobile groups relied on communication, cooperation, and knowledge transmission for survival. Artistic expression, evident in cave paintings, carvings, and personal ornaments, indicates that humans were not merely responding to their environment, but also interpreting and shaping it through imagination and ritual. These early symbolic practices reveal the origins of human consciousness, self-awareness, and an enduring desire to understand the world. The Mesolithic period built upon these foundations, representing a time of experimentation and adaptation. As the Ice Age ended, humans confronted new landscapes. Forests expanded, rivers swelled, and megafauna populations declined. Mesolithic communities responded with ingenuity, developing microliths for precision hunting, refining fishing techniques, and establishing seasonal camps. They began to manipulate the environment, using controlled burns and selective plant management, and their symbolic expression evolved to include human figures, abstract patterns, and increasingly complex burial rituals. These developments reflect a growing understanding of community, identity, and ecological stewardship, setting the stage for the revolutionary transformations of the Neolithic. In the Neolithic, humans achieved unprecedented control over their environment. Agriculture and animal domestication provided reliable food sources, enabling population growth and permanent settlements. Villages, such as Skara Brae, reveal meticulous planning, functional architecture, and social cohesion. Pottery, polished stone tools, and weaving allowed both practical efficiency and artistic expression. Monumental constructions like Stonehenge illustrate not only technical skill, but also complex cosmological and ritual awareness. Humans began to interpret the world in more abstract ways, linking survival to spiritual belief, seasonal cycles, and communal identity. The symbolic and social dimensions of the Stone Age highlight the depth of human thought and culture. Cave paintings, figurines, decorated pottery, and ceremonial monuments reflect the emergence of narrative, ritual, and identity. Early humans were not merely actors responding to immediate needs. They were creators, observers, and thinkers, constructing meaning in their lives and communities. Belief systems, while not fully understood, shaped behavior, informed communal gatherings, and guided the use of landscape and resources. Burial practices, grave goods, and symbolic artifacts suggest a complex understanding of mortality, social roles, and continuity beyond life. The legacy of specific sites, people, and innovations emphasizes the human capacity for adaptation and ingenuity. Stonehenge remains a testament to architectural planning, astronomical knowledge, and social organization. Skara Brae illuminates daily life, material culture, and communal design in Neolithic villages. The emergence of Homo sapiens during the Upper Paleolithic demonstrates cognitive sophistication, social coordination, and symbolic thought that set humans apart from other hominins. Collectively, these examples reveal the extraordinary creativity and resilience of humans over millions of years, showcasing the interplay of environment, technology, and culture that defines human history. The end of the Stone Age did not arrive with sudden disruption, but as a gradual evolution. Experimentation with natural metals, such as copper, transformed societies, producing tools and ornaments with capabilities far surpassing stone. The development of smelting and alloying techniques eventually led to bronze, ushering in the Bronze Age. This transition allowed for more efficient agriculture, enhanced construction, advanced warfare, and broader trade networks. Yet even as metal replaced stone, the foundational achievements of the Stone Age, permanent settlements, agriculture, symbolic expression, and social organization, remained central to human civilization. The innovations and cultural structures established over millennia became the bedrock upon which future societies would build. Reflecting on the Stone Age reveals the enduring patterns of human ingenuity. Across this vast expanse of time, humans learned to observe, adapt, and manipulate their environment, developing increasingly complex tools, settlements, and social structures. The movement from nomadic foraging to permanent agriculture illustrates a fundamental shift in human perspective, from responding to nature's constraints to actively shaping the landscape, communities, and culture. Art, ritual, and symbolism were not mere embellishments, but critical components of social cohesion, identity, and worldview. Early humans demonstrated foresight, cooperation, and creativity, qualities that would define every subsequent era of human history. The Stone Age also teaches the value of continuity and cumulative knowledge. Each generation built upon the insights, tools, and innovations of its predecessors. Fire mastery, flint knapping, microlithic technology, agriculture, and monumental construction were not isolated achievements, but the result of persistent experimentation and transmission of knowledge. These accomplishments reflect the ability of humans to learn collectively, innovate, and adapt over vast spans of time, establishing patterns of thought and behavior that endure in modern society. In essence, the Stone Age is a chronicle of human emergence, transformation, and cultural awakening. It narrates the journey from the first tentative toolmakers of Africa to the sophisticated, organized communities of the Neolithic. It illustrates how humans evolved biologically, socially, and cognitively, gradually gaining mastery over their environment while creating enduring cultural and symbolic legacies. The period encapsulates the development of cooperation, innovation, artistry, and ritual, demonstrating that humanity's progress is as much a product of imagination and social organization as it is of physical adaptation. As one contemplates the Stone Age in its entirety, it becomes clear that this epoch laid the groundwork for civilization itself. From the Paleolithic hunters tracking mammoths across vast plains, to Mesolithic fishers and seasonal settlers, to Neolithic farmers erecting monumental structures and cultivating fields, humans steadily expanded their mastery over the natural world and their own society. The knowledge, culture, and practices developed during this era resonate through time, influencing agriculture, architecture, art, and social organization for millennia to come. The conclusion of the Stone Age is thus not merely a chronological endpoint, but a profound turning point. It marks the moment when humans, having honed their ingenuity, social cohesion, and symbolic understanding, were ready to enter the era of metals, cities, and complex civilizations. The story of the Stone Age, rich in survival, creativity, and cultural depth, remains a testament to humanity's enduring capacity to adapt, innovate, and imagine. It is a story of beginnings, of challenges met with intelligence and perseverance, and of the inexorable human drive to shape both the world and the self. The legacy of the Stone Age persists in the rhythms of modern life. The cultivation of the land, the construction of communities, the creation of tools and art, and the use of symbols to convey meaning. It is a period that reminds us that human history is not only measured in dates and artifacts, but in the cumulative achievements of countless generations, each contributing to the unfolding narrative of what it means to be human. Through fire, stone, farming, and imagination, the Stone Age reveals the essence of humanity: resilient, creative, and ever striving toward mastery of both the environment and the self. And that brings us to the end of our journey through the Stone Age, a time when humanity took its first steps into a world of tools, fire, art, and farming. From the hunter-gatherers of the Paleolithic to the innovative, settled communities of the Neolithic, this era reminds us that survival, creativity, and imagination have always been at the heart of what it means to be human. The monuments, villages, and artifacts left behind, from Stonehenge to Skara Brae, aren't just stones and bones, they are stories. They tell of people who observed the world, adapted to it, and left a legacy that still shapes our lives today. And while the Stone Age eventually gave way to metalworking and the Bronze Age, the ingenuity, resilience, and curiosity of these early humans set the stage for everything that followed. If you enjoyed exploring the origins of the human civilization with us, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories of history. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. What part of the Stone Age amazed you the most? Until next time, keep wondering about the past, because understanding where we come from helps see where we're going.